is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about the Lakers, the #1 team in the Western Conference, and they have won again. They have looked unbelievable, unstoppable. But it's one guy on this roster that we just haven't seen the best of him, and we still haven't seen why they traded such a huge haul of young players like Lonzo Ball, who they felt was going to be a Hall of Famer. He was going to be transcendent. He was going to be one of the best passers of all time, which can still be true because his career is not over. And then you got Josh Hart, a guy that can knock down threes and create a little bit. He's a valuable player nowadays for his age and what he brings to the table, but he still had a lot more upside. And then you obviously got Brandon Ingram, the guy with the most upside out of everybody in the group. He's proven that now, shooting efficient from three, efficient from the field, taking over game, trying to do everything he can to help his team win. And I still feel like he has a lot of potential defensively to fill out, and he can be a very good two-way player. But it's one guy that they kept. I mean, you rather keep Ingram, you rather keep Ball, you rather keep Josh Hart and some of those picks. But instead, they kept Kyle Kuzma, which is a little bit surprising considering that Kuzma didn't even win the Summer League MVP. He wasn't really known as well as the Ingrams and the Balls. And Kuzma kind of came out of nowhere. One minute we seen him, yeah, he can play, he's doing this thing, but can he do it at the NBA level? And then he showed that in his rookie year, giving you 77 games played, and 37 of those games he started, able to play the three position, able to play the stretch four, 31 minutes a game, and he also shot 45 from the field and 36 from three. He never was a great free throw shooter because he never really got to the line that much to really get a rhythm, in my personal opinion, because he only got 2.7, which is not a large sample size. But he showed that he can give you 6.3 rebounds and he can get you buckets. And that's how Kyle Kuzma basically earned his respect and his name around the league. He comes back his sophomore season, get more minutes, get more touches. The efficiency went up. The three-point shot went down. Shot more better from the free throw line, but this is the most attempts he ever had in his career, which is 3.6. His rebounding went down, but it was a kind of different personnel that season compared to his rookie season. His assists went up, but his 18 points was a career high. And he was supposed to be the mixing piece. He was supposed to be the X factor on this Lakers team. But when you look at his contributions, they're not terrible. They're not something you should call him out for. But it's just interesting the fact that he only played 20 games so far, but he's only getting 9 shots a game, knocking them down at 43% from the field. He's shooting 4.5 threes, which is a career low, but he is shooting 36% from three so far because the season isn't over compared to the other two seasons. And he went down in free throws, but he's shooting the lowest amount of free throws of his career because he's shooting the lowest amount of touches of his career for this Laker team. Rebounds are down, assists are down, and the points are all the way down. And honestly, it's not much that Kyle Kuzma really can do because, one, he's not a great defender. And you know how much Frank Vogel loves his defense, his system, and having everybody on the same page, having a rim protector. And Kyle Kuzma sometimes look lost out there. Sometimes his shot can be falling from three. Sometimes he go cold. Sometimes he just get buckets, whether it's pull-up jumpers, getting to the basket, getting out in transition. We see different types of Kyle Kuzma out there, and I think that's something that really hurt him this season. Not only has he got less minutes, he doesn't get the ball enough to get a rhythm. He doesn't get enough shots. 9.4 shots isn't a lot for a guy that you feel can be an X factor and be a difference maker. People feel like he can be that the first couple games, and then he kind of fell off a cliff. Even though he hasn't been terrible, like I said, it is interesting the way they're using Kyle Kuzma. I don't think they're using him in the way that he needs to be used, and I think that really hurt him this season. And then, you know, having LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they do a lot of isolation. They do a lot of passing to themselves. And that's more taken away from Kuzma. That's less touches he's getting, which is fair because at the end of the day, that's their franchise guys. Those are the guys that they're superstars, they're all stars, and they want to get them the most touches because they're their best players and they're their most efficient players, and they're the guys that can really dominate on a court. But people have been talking about Alex Caruso more than they have been talking about Kyle Kuzma, and that's not a good thing considering that this is the guy that you kept out of all the young talent. This is the guy you feel like can be a great six man, and nobody's really caring or talking about Kyle Kuzma. And if they do, is mainly about how he has played, and is never a good thing that they say about that. So it was just interesting looking at Kyle Kuzma the last 3 seasons, his first 3 seasons, and seeing that he is playing some small ball for. He is trying to guard multiple positions, even though he's not a great defender, not a great guy to play in the passing lanes. Obviously, he's not a shot blocker. His three-point shooting is going to be essential playing with LeBron and AD, so he can be a guy that can catch and shoot and play off them, and I think that that's what they want him to do. But Kyle Kuzma is one of those guys you just throw the ball to and he just gets you a bucket, and I don't feel like he's been getting enough of those touches, and that could be a big reason why his field goal percentage is down, just because he isn't getting a rhythm, just because he isn't being able to get it going playing off AD and LeBron. He's more of a role player, and we knew that coming in that he was going to have a smaller role, but for people to really think that he was going to be a big piece this season, even the LeBron stands thought he was going to have a fantastic season, and you see him not even being utilized that much on this roster, and there's other players off that bench that has had probably a better, significantly better season than Kyle Kuzma so far, and he was supposed to be the X factor. Guys like McGee and Dwight Howard has been very good for this team. But not only that, you look at Kentavious Caldwell Pope. That's a guy that people really didn't even want to really play this season. He has been a solid defender for them, and he's shooting 39% from three and 46% from the field, and he's getting a lot less touches than Kuzma from three and from the field, but he's putting up close to the same amount of points. And you got to think about it. Kyle Kuzma at this point is getting less minutes than Caldwell Pope, which I would be surprised if you told me that coming into the season that he wouldn't be, um, as utilized. And even Alex Caruso, he's getting 20 minutes a game. He's shooting 45 from the field, 36 from three, and that's another good role player. So I feel like the bench of the Lakers has been very impressive, considering that you have to play LeBron ball to win, and it has won championships, and it has went to a lot of finals, even though he lost more finals than he won by a large amount. LeBron James shows you that if you put the right talent around him and you have another star, which Anthony Davis at this point been playing like a superstar so far, that it can be something very special that can happen. And so far, they're the number one team in the Western Conference, and they're tied for the number one seed in the entire NBA with the Milwaukee Bucks. But what I will say is, I'm kind of interested in seeing what they get out of DeMarcus Cousins, because I feel like Cousins was a better piece than Kuzma because he's a better rebounder. In my personal opinion, he's a better passer, and he was coming off an off season when he was working out, being able to heal his body and get better. Because coming off that season with the Warriors where he seemed like he had it. Next, he goes down in the first round. He comes back in the finals. He looked a little shaky defensively, offensively, but he had the off season to really, knock a lot of that rust off, and then he ended up tearing his ACL. So I really want to see who's going to be that dependable guy that can come off this bench and be a huge difference maker when LeBron doesn't have it going, or they just need that extra person to step up, because Kyle Kuzma has been solid, but he has other guys that have been playing just as good as him. And even Dwight Howard, he has shown that he can make a big difference, setting the screens, rolling to the rim, offensive rebounding, protecting the paint. And those guys are doing it collectively, but somebody's going to really have to take their game to another level when they play against the championship contenders in the playoffs. And I just want to know, will that be Kuzma? Will he be able to show up? He never played in the playoffs before. He never been in this type of opportunity, in this type of role before. And somebody's going to have to be that big difference maker. We seen the same thing with Siakam, but we seen it with Fred VanVleet. We seen it with Andre Iguodala last year. These championship teams need those guys that can literally be relied upon and be able to seal and win games playing on off the ball or just making the right play offensively or defensively. And so far, Kuzma hasn't been that guy. But we will see what he can do as the season continue to progress, and they'll see how they can find a way to utilize him a lot better and get him playing a lot better, because right now the bench collectively has been solid for the Lakers, but in the playoffs, people need to elevate their game. And I know LeBron and AD, I know what they can do in the playoffs, but the rest of these guys, I'm a little questioned. I don't really see them being the hugest difference makers. But I want to be proved wrong, and I really want to see what happens. So let me know what you guys think about Kuzma. Is I'm sleeping on him? Is I'm being a little hard on him? Or do you think he can play better? Do you think it's the role? Do you think it's just him not being as good as he used to be? Whatever you feel about Kyle Kuzma, let me know in the comment section below. Remember, I do read every comment, and I want to see what you guys think about the Lakers so far. They've been better than what a lot of people thought, and they've been great defensively, better than a lot of people thought. But at the end of the day, they have the better role players. They role players have played a lot better than a lot of us thought too. And the main one hasn't played the best, but a lot of these guys have stepped up and gave them valuable minutes, whether it's 20 or below. And I got to give credit to the Lakers. Even though I'm a Celtics fan, they're having a fantastic season, and I just want to see who's going to step up for them in the playoffs or throughout the rest of the season as that third, fourth guy off that bench or in that starting lineup. And so far, it's been inconsistent, but somebody eventually gonna get it right, and that's what I want to see. Maybe it is Kyle Kuzma, maybe it's not, but we shall see. So far, like this video, check out my older videos on my channel. I have many playlists. I break down rookies, I break down players, I break down summer league. I do cover the draft, and I got a mock draft up already. Not only that, I do podcasts, and I also talk about the game of basketball, whether it comes to summer league, free agency, trade deadline, buyouts, and also I cover top 10 discussions and stuff like that. So you like this type of video, you like the NBA, check out my older videos and my playlists. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching.